Well, it's certainly pretty predictable that the enemy managed to get some reinforcements. Luckily for Florina, I didn't see a single archer among them, though. I suppose the sheer number of fresh axe users is a bit annoying for her. My mistake, one archer showed up, but thankfully he's a good distance away. And I'm planning on having Florina pulled back to heal anyway. Now, how is everyone else going to respond? On the one hand, it's better if we take out the boss, but on the other hand, the more of these guys we take down, the more experience points our party gets before we're done. Well, looks like Herc is getting another kill. Hell, I'm kind of tempted to have him hold on to that corner for anyone else that comes out of that castle, but since they're spear users, that might actually be a better idea for Florina. Sure, that means that she won't be one of the people who goes after the boss, but hey, if you're actively taking down enemies, then it doesn't really feel like a waste to me. And it's not like Saint Kent or Wallace have shown any real concern over the fact that we're fighting and killing people who were supposed to be their allies. They will take these guys down without a word and without any hesitation, because of course it's bad when the enemies show little concern for life, but when the good guys do it, we are entirely justified. Sorry if I sound a bit overly annoyed by that. It's not like the game is trying to write an especially deep story or something. It's just that they mentioned that they're fighting former allies and possibly friends in the previous mission. I can't help feeling if you raise a point like that, then dear God, you need to follow up on it. That's another one for Kent. Not a great idea to have him holding a spear when there's an axe user nearby, but to be fair, I'm pretty confident he can hold his own. It'd be a bit silly not to, considering he has the highest kill score on the team. I'm not 100% sure that makes him the most valuable member of the team, but it's certainly a pretty solid argument. May as well let Lynn wait for the axe guy to come down from the mountains. At the very least, I'd rather not have someone manage to get a free shot at Sarah or Nils, because I got complacent as we try to push forward. But at the same time, we do need to keep pushing forward. Not because some invisible turn counter is prompting me to get a move on, so we get a better score at the end of the campaign. It's more because I want to see what comes next. As basic as the story is, I'm certainly invested 11 missions in, and I can certainly say I like the turn-based combat, so even when the story isn't pulling me along all that well, I'm still kinda into things. I just hope by LPing the game, I can finally push myself to actually finish the entire thing and see the credits after the second campaign. And we should be coming up on the start of the second campaign soon. Assuming I'm reading the raw footage right, just one more mission to go and Lynn will be done with her journey. Okay, so both magic attackers are moving at the top instead of heading towards the bottom where the boss is. And I'm apparently not bothering to move Wallace at all. Kind of funny that the decisions I'd make in the heat of the moment are kind of different from the decisions I think I'd make as I'm looking at the footage. At the very least, I'm well positioned to get a lot of kills in this mission. Even if I'm not going for the swift victory we probably should have thought about. Not a great way to become an ace, but congratulations, Lucius. I did not know that Spearman would be able to move that far. And I honestly thought that Axeman would go after the guy with the spear, not the guy with the axe of his own. Was that a mercy towards Kent, or is Dorcas now kind of screwed for this mission? Bloody hell. I know Torcus can take a beating, but this is still pushing it a little too close to death for him here. Please don't tell me this mission is going to end up being reset because I refuse to lose anybody. I mean, sure, I could technically go on despite whatever casualties might happen, but it would just feel wrong. Then here's hoping the enemy can't strike at us in the fog either. Okay, this looks like this is another thing the game doesn't go an especially annoying set of tutorial messages about. I certainly appreciate that. Ah well, we've got plenty of targets to attack at the moment, despite the fog screwing with our visibility. Again, really wish that the game did this sort of thing for tutorials more than to handle the stuff that forces you to make the moves the game wants you to, and acts like you shouldn't be allowed to really figure things out until the game has made clear what they expect from you. Yeah. Just one in-game conversation about it, then let us figure things out from there, since the conversation already covered everything that needed to be covered. Yeah, Lucius definitely deserves the Vulnerary after that last fight he was in. Urk can take this next kill. For a moment there, I thought he might miss. It wouldn't be the first time I thought he had someone, and then just bad luck stopped him. Oh dear, doesn't look like Florina's going to be able to finish that spearman off. I'm not too keen on her fighting against the axe users out here, mostly because there's going to be a lot more spawning in before we're done. I swear, my biggest issue right now seems to be trying to decide which of our people to give the next skill to. We've got plenty of people available, and this is going to be a good bit of ground where the enemy is going to keep swarming in until the fog clears. So it's probably going to be a bit easy to get bogged down here depending on how many reinforcements arrive. It's a good thing I'm not in any hurry at the moment. Well, there's another one for Wrath, so who's next to add to their score? Well, it doesn't look like Sarah or Torcus are going to be able to reach one another without at least one of them getting a boost from Nils. But do I have Nils enhance one of the people who can get another kill in, or do I get Torcus healed a little faster? That's another one for Kent. His lead is most certainly growing. I don't think that Sane is going to have much of a chance to close that gap in the time remaining in the campaign. Not when those two have to deal with other people also getting some of the kills in these missions. Still, Kent gained an early lead due to the game forcing Sane to waste his opening turns back when the pair of them first joined, and over the course of the other missions, Kent has just had better positioning. And while I personally like Sane more in terms of being a combatant, apparently I'm not that great at playing favorites when it comes to our squad. Right, let's see what this house has to tell us. Yeah, we figured based on the conversation we had before Wallace joined us and when we looked at the name of the boss of this mission. Unfortunately, we don't have the option to try to save whoever is being held hostage. I think Eagler is the only boss we've run into who isn't explicitly evil as he fights against us, which could have been interesting if the story went a bit further into it. Just like the game could have done more with the fact that the people we're fighting against are knights of the same order as Kent and Sane, and should be loyal to Lynn's grandfather in some sense. But outside of maybe 2 conversations in the campaign, that doesn't bother our heroes in the least. They're just more obstacles for us to kill on our way to the next mission, and I'm just taking my time taking out each and every hostile. Hit another kill for Kent, and I have to say, I don't think the critical hit for a guy on horseback is all that great to see. It could have been worse, but compared to Lynn's critical hit animation, it's missing some panache in my opinion. Okay, was kind of expecting Urk to kill either the Axeman or the Bowman. I was also expecting the archer to go after Sane, not for the one who's fresh from the castle going after him in this turn. Again, not a full heal for Dorcas, but that's what happens when you're a pretty meaty character. Well, Dorcas, you're due for another kill on your counter. Now to try to handle the issue up north. I definitely don't want Florina to get shot by that archer, that's for sure. But Urk's taken more damage than I'd like, considering how far away he is from Sarah. Everyone up north has something to keep them busy right now, and the guys in the south aren't that likely to be of any help soon enough to take the pressure off that end of the map. At least not fast enough to save anyone who might be in real trouble. I suppose that's what I get for splitting the team up like this. Still, we're not absolutely screwed in terms of how everyone is positioned. Everyone up north can hold their own against what we're up against up here. I'm just a little worried I'm pushing my luck a bit too far, and sooner or later, Lady Luck is gonna slap me hard. Why didn't I go after the archer? Was I worried the cavalry guy would get to our mages and be more dangerous to them than the archer? Hell, if that was my worry, it's still not going to be great because that horseman survived Sane's attempt to take him down. Hopefully, this spot means nobody's gonna get Urk anytime soon. other axemen up there. Is the guy from that castle gonna go northwards towards Florina? Okay, feels like we've moved everyone I want to move at this point. What happens next is in the enemy's hands. Ah, there's the axeman I was expecting. It's a good thing that Wrath is so good at dodging and so capable of taking a hit. It definitely feels like Florina needs to get some more healing done. That is kind of annoying, and it also kind of feels like I might be taking too many risks in this mission. Partly because I just plain don't want to use our new unit, Wallace, at all. But the fact is, we need to take risks, since I want to maximize how many enemies we take down, gaining as much experience as we can as we keep pushing forward. The higher level we are after the first campaign, the more useful everyone in this crew is going to be when we finally see them again in the second campaign. Right, here's some more healing for you, Florina. And here's hoping you don't have to do any more healing in this specific mission. Lucius is certainly making up for his iffy debut, that's for sure, but I'm still feeling kinda worried about Ark. Off with his sword, and he's got a spare sword after that breaks. He may as well save this spear for when we need it, after all. We don't know how many enemies we're gonna have to deal with in this or the next mission. We are fighting against Kaelin's army after all, and frustratingly enough, we will never see anyone in the Kingdom of Kaelin who openly sides with us, aside from Wallace in this mission. A single badass who came out of retirement and might be a one-man army, and we are fighting a small army. And given the cave mechanics, especially the way our tools wear down, it's definitely preferable to have an army over having a single one-man army. This is not Dynasty Warriors or one of its spin-offs. This is a tactical game. No matter how capable any individual on our team might be, we don't want anyone to fight alone if we can help it against an entire field worth of enemies. Ugh, this is a team effort. You could argue it's more of a team effort than something like Final Fantasy, where you have a party of people going through battle after battle. Partly because the teams we have to work with in a given clash are larger, and positioning means a hell of a lot more here than your usual Japanese role-player game. Well, Lynn is gonna be kept busy, that's for sure. Everyone else can get moving towards the boss. Here's hoping Eagler doesn't have any ranged weapons. Otherwise, this could be a very bad decision. Yeah, very much doubt Wrath is gonna get to kill one of the spearmen near Eagler. I probably could have gotten a pot shot or two there if I put Wrath in the same spot we put Dorcas, but I'm not entirely sure we would have seen that spearman there if Dorcas was a space or two away from that space. By the way, is the enemy done spawning fresh troops in this battle? I kinda would like a bit more confirmation about that. Lucius, the sooner you get to that boss, the better. Well, everyone's rushing towards the boss except for the one person who absolutely needs to get to that square in order to finish the mission. Bit of a problem, but frankly, she's the only swordswoman we've got other than our cavalry, and this was a great spot for her to hold her ground. Then you shouldn't have lent your quarters to Lundgren. Son of a bitch, of course Eagler has a ranged weapon. Well, at least Dorcas isn't gonna pay for that too badly. That could have easily gone a hell of a lot. Oh, shit! God damn it! Dorcas died to a spearman! Fucking hell, I guess I'm restarting this entire bloody mission. Should I let the kills gained in the failed attempt count on the overall kill board?